You know, the thing that scares me most is my own potential. When you realize that you are capable, that you have the power within yourself to create anything you can imagine, it really scares you, because you ask yourself, what if I don't fulfill my potential? What if I keep living in fear and I don't allow myself to become the person that I know I can be? You are capable of so much more than your conscious mind can comprehend. Your conscious mind is only aware of the things it has witnessed, of the things that the conscious mind can comprehend. But your imagination, your subconscious, your unconscious is so creative and powerful, and it can imagine magical, fantastical, mystical worlds that your conscious mind thinks are fantasy. And to a degree, it is fantasy, until you bring it into reality. Our unconscious mind, our subconscious mind, feeds us dreams. Dreams are our unconscious mind telling us what our potential is. Our potential is so much greater than what you can comprehend. I already said that, but I need to really pinpoint this idea because it is imperative to understand. Your dreams are fed to you for a reason. They are not random. It is your unconscious mind feeding you through symbolism, feeding you images, not because it is something that you cannot achieve, but it is hinting or showing you what is actually available, what you are capable of bringing into material reality, into your life. I think a lot of the time we stunt our own growth because we're scared of putting ourselves out there, because the conscious mind likes to tell itself, or should I say the ego, conscious mind and the ego are one and the same. The ego is fearful of what it does not know. It is fearful of anything that it has not yet experienced. It likes to stay comfortable. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just wants to keep you safe and it is scared of dying if it faces something that it is unfamiliar with. But it is within facing what the conscious mind or ego is scared of that we can continue to expand our consciousness and bring more of the subconscious and unconscious into the conscious. Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, you will continue living your life and call it fate. Something along those lines. What he was getting at is the fact that your unconscious mind is so powerful that if you do not integrate it, then you will never achieve your potential, and you will continue falling into the traps of fear and allowing your ego to keep you stuck, to keep you in the familiar. Shadow work is super important if you want to achieve anything great in life. Shadow work is basically, you're probably aware of this, but really getting into the depths of the things that your conscious mind has pushed away because of trauma, because of fear. And within facing your shadow, within integrating the darkness and the light, you become whole once again. You start to return to your sense of wholeness and fullness, which is your true state of being. We compartmentalize parts of our reality within our subconscious. We push down a lot of the experiences we've had, and they build up within our bodies, within our minds, as tension, as trauma. And we will continue executing the habits that keep us stuck until we face the shadow, until we integrate the shadow, the subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is only a compartment of your whole true being. If you want to be whole again, if you want to return to your state of truth and become who you always have been, truly, you really need to begin to face the fears, to face the parts of yourself that your subconscious has been suppressing because the conscious mind is fearful of those things. Again, it wants to keep you safe. It is terrified of the unknown. But if you never make the unknown known, if you never begin to know thyself, you will remain stuck. You will remain separate from the wholeness, the true the trueness of yourself. The more you do this, the more you face your own bullshit, the more whole you begin to feel within yourself. The more you can allow yourself to express yourself authentically. This is what I mean by being fearful of your own potential. Because my ego is terrified of what I am capable of. When I really begin to unpack my traumas, my fears, all of the suppressed and repressed emotions that are stuck within my unconscious, within your unconscious. Begin noticing the emotions that are most triggering within yourself. Within those emotions are the parts of you that if you work with, that if you begin to integrate, lies the most transformation, the most growth. You can begin to become whole again when you integrate these parts of yourself that you have suppressed, that are traumatized. You face them, you bring them to the surface, you allow them to feel safe, you acknowledge that they are simply there because they are trying to keep you safe, and you release them, you integrate them, you allow them to be felt. Feeling is healing. Start facing your own bullshit because your life depends on it. The more you face your own fear, the more you integrate your unconscious mind, the more whole you begin to become, and the more the life of your dreams can be brought into reality, and the more of your potential you will fulfill. I love you guys. See you in the next one.